Congratulations on earning your green belt. We're gonna take you guys through what all you get in your sparring gear package, what order to put it on, what to do with it, what to bring to class every day, all that. So kind of like the rules that we go through at the sparring gear seminar, we're gonna run through that in a video format for you guys. You can watch it at home with your parents and practice and make sure you remember all this stuff. So this is like a full set of your sparring gear. So we're gonna go through everything that you're gonna get. Now the first thing are gonna be your shin pads. These are gonna go on just like a long sock. So these are the adult sizes. They have a shin and instep part which covers your foot. The junior sizes will look more like just that. You just slide it on just like this under your pants. You're gonna pull them up. Shin pads go right on top. Boom. This is going to be the first piece you put on. Second is going to be your elbow pads. Now, on these, you're just going to slide your arm in just like this. This hole will be right where your elbow bends. So this part's going to be on the outside. This part will be on the inside. So elbow pads. Now, for the juniors, you wear your shin pads and elbow pads for the entire class. So put them on when you're getting ready for class. They'll stay on for the entire class. That way, when you go put your sparring gear on to get ready to spar, you want to put on everything. You already have those four on. So shin pads, elbow pads before class. Next up are going to be the foot pads. So those should already be on. Foot pad. These are going to be the hardest one. So you're just going to put your foot in just like a regular old shoe. You just shove your foot in there. Now the hardest part is going to be the strap. Once you get it, it's not very hard. So make sure your foot goes on top of these two, underneath. Then you're going to make an X. So you're going to go over your foot, under your foot, and then around like this. So you're gonna make like a small X on the front. So over, under, around. Over, under, around. This would be the hardest one. Once you kind of get this one, everything else is pretty easy. So you'll practice that, get pretty good at it. That way you're kind of fast. Next up is gonna be your helmet. Super easy. Most people don't even unstrap that. They just shove it on top of their head. You can unstrap it if you want, or just pull it straight on top. Either one is fine. Next up is gonna be the hand pads. So on these, so don't think about putting your whole fingers, just your fingertips. So I'm going to put my thumb tip, fingertips. Once I put my fingertips in, that's it. That's as far as it goes. Then when I close it, it all closes up to make a fist. You're going to strap this one. It's a little too small for me, but we're going to strap it on there. Boom. Once you close your hand, it makes a tight fist, and you're good to go. So hand pads should be on last, except for your mouthpiece. Mouthpiece should go in at the very end. So the order we're going to put it on: shin pads and elbow pads on. For juniors, they're going to be on for the entire class. Youth and adult, you can put them on when we get ready to spar. After that, foot pad. After that, our helmet. After that, our hand pad, and then grab our mouthpiece and case. Next up is going to be your Rebreakable Board. So this guy in this set is going to get a brown board. So those boards are different colors based on your age. Each board is going to last 2 to 3 years, sometimes even more than that, depending on your age. So once you get it, the first few times you put them together, it may not even go all the way together. So see this one, it didn't go all the way together. That's okay. The first 10, 15 times you break it, it's gonna be harder to break than normal, but you gotta kind of break it in. An easy way to break it in is kind of put it somewhere like a corner like this, where you can kind of stomp on it and just work on breaking it a few times. So that was only one, but I would do that maybe 10, 15 times to kind of break your board in. Once you kind of get it broken in, it will be a little bit more consistent. And now we got the two basic types of backpacks, or the gear bags. So this is the basic one. It has a board pocket down on the bottom, and it's got some outside pockets for like focus pad, different things. This one is the upgrade gear bag. This one fits in our gear bag box a little bit. It's a little longer, a little slimmer, but it also is a hybrid. So it carries like a duffel bag, and it also has book bag straps right underneath here. So book bag straps here, and they connect to here, and you can wear it just like a backpack or like a duffel bag, and it's got a couple side pockets as well. On all the bags and our equipment, we're gonna have a spot to put our name. So on the bags, you got a couple white spots here. So if you take a Sharpie or something, put your name, first and last name on here. In case you leave with the wrong bag or something else, we know whose it is. Now, if you come to the Sparring Gear seminar, we're gonna put your name and initials on all your stuff. If you get it and you miss that seminar or something, you can just do that yourself. Make sure they fit first. So if they fit and you're good to go, you can put your initials, your name or initials on the inside of the straps. Now, the hardest ones to put your initials on are going to be the shin pads and elbow pads. We just put those on the top on the inside. So, like if you're on the shin pad, you put it on the back of it. Same thing on the back. So not on the padded part, but on the back. Paint markers work pretty good. Silver Sharpies work pretty good. But I think paint markers have been the thing that works the best for us. So check your gear to make sure your initials don't wear off. They will wear off kind of over time. Just rewrite them once they wear off. It's not a problem at all. And then also make sure you're washing the shin pads and elbow pads. So you just wash them like once a week when you wash your uniforms. Just toss them in there. You're good to go on that. All right, next thing, students, these are your gear bags. They're not mom's, they're not dad's. So when we see you getting out of the car, coming to class, you got to make sure you're bringing in your gear bag and you're keeping up with it. So at our school, we have plenty of the boxes. You just put them in the back in the gear bag box. Make sure you remember which one it is make sure you remember which box you put yours in. Also, double check to make sure it has your name on it before you put your gear on or before you leave and go home with that bag. So double check and make sure it is your gear. They do get swapped out. So the bags, they're all black and red. So they all do kind of look alike. You can decorate your bags and put whatever you want on it. So obviously we want your name. So first and last name is good, but then you can put like keychains, or you can draw on the bags. You can do whatever you want on the bags to make them unique and make them yours. Do not decorate your sparring gear. So you can't like put stickers and stuff all over your gear. You can do whatever you want on your sparring gear bag though to make it look unique and to make it easy for you to find. So a couple quick reviews. So every day you come to class, bring your sparring gear bag every day. You may not spar every day, but make sure you have your bag and your equipment every day. The only exception would be if you're coming to the award ceremony. If you're coming to the award ceremony to get your new belt, you definitely won't need your sparring gear on that day. But every other day, class, instructor class, testing, make sure you bring your bag. Juniors, you got to wear the shin pads and elbow pads the whole class. So you put those on when you're getting ready for class, and then you'll be good to go. Youth and adult, you guys can put those on when we start sparring. If you want to wear yours for the entire class for the shin pads and elbow pads, you can, but you don't have to. It just speeds up the juniors. Lets us get a little more sparring done. For you young guys, make sure you practice putting your gear on. You need to be able to put it all on in like 2 minutes. The first couple times you put it on, it's probably going to take you like 10 minutes. So we need to get you down to 2 minutes. So the foot pads are the hardest one, so make sure you're practicing those. So foot in and then over, under, around. Should make an X on the top of your foot. So make sure you're practicing that. The more time we spend putting our gear on, the less time we get to spar. So the faster I can put my gear on, the more sparring I get to do, and I get better at sparring that much faster. So make sure you're practicing that at home. If you have any questions, just post them down in the comments below, and we'll be able to answer anything you got. Every cycle, we rotate between competition sparring and free sparring. So make sure you're paying attention to the rules. As a green one, you're going to learn one of those. At your next cycle, you'll learn the other one, and then they bounce back and forth every cycle. So 6 months a year, we're going to be working competition sparring. 6 months a year, we're going to be working free sparring, but it goes 2 months, 2 months, 2 months, 2 months, and they bounce back and forth. So make sure you're paying attention to the rules. They are a little bit different between those two styles. So every 2 months, it'll go back and forth. So you be prepared. Make sure you're listening for the rules and make sure you understand the differences. If you don't know the rules at the green belt, that's okay. Ask questions, but if you listen, we'll cover it all in class.